Hello, fellow vault dwellers, and welcome back. A while ago, I was watching someone's settlement tour video for their Oberland Station build. I made a comment that I really liked what they did with it, and had mentioned how I started one of my builds by creating a flat deck to build on. Someone replied to my comment and said I should post that. They would really like to see it. So by request, here we have a settlement tour of my flat deck Oberland Station build. So we're on the south side of it, looking up toward the overpass where Grey Gardens is. First thing you can see coming from this direction is the big artillery gun sitting on the security walkway. From here you can see how from the south side I started building a flat deck extending northward so I would have a flat surface to build on. In order to keep invaders and the wildlife in general out, I went around the base of it, putting up these scrap walls. You can see along here it actually took 3 levels of walls to fill the gap, which is how much the ground slopes down toward this corner. And that's always been the challenge with trying to build something here at Oberland Station, is just the fact that the ground is so uneven. And I decided for once I would like to have a flat surface. And since the great god Bethesda did not give us a flat surface here, I had to build one of my own. There is a guard post out here. So at the north end, and again that's facing Grey Garden direction, you can see the security walkway comes around to this side. There's one of the guards. There are turrets up above. We have a windmill, although there's a little secret to the windmill. There is a fusion generator underground attached to the windmill, because otherwise the windmill could not produce enough power for the settlement. There is a settlement beacon here because the settlement is not fully populated yet, although I wasn't planning to have more than 12 or 14 people living here, I think it was. So as you come in from the north, you see, a sign for drugs. And if you continue up onto the, I have some weeds growing here. Excuse me for a second while I deal with the weeds. That's better. Because there's all this empty space under the deck, this is where I put the medical clinic. So there's a couple of hospital beds in here, desk for the doctor to do the paperwork, of course the clinic counter, filing cabinet for patient files. And I may have misspoken. I said the fusion generator was under. I've been playing too many games, I keep mixing up my controls. I said the fusion generator was underground, but no, in fact the fusion generator is back here. Now over here, one of the mods I use for building this settlement is called Easy Home Builder and Working Double Beds. Yes, that is the title of it. One of the features of Easy Home Builder is you can have these power panels on the walls of buildings. Then you go into the workshop, and under the Easy Home Builder menu, the power section, you create this special fusion core. It does take one fusion core to make it. It becomes a 10-point power generator that you plug into one of these sockets, and whatever building is attached to this wall then has 10 points of power. And since there are 6 sockets here, you can have up to 60 power being generated out of this one single panel here. So if you're looking for a way to create a wireless settlement, first of all, do not use the wireless glitch. It will cause you to crash to desktop. The Easy Home Builder gives you a nice way to create a wireless settlement using sort of an existing technology in the Fusion Core. So let's go back out this way. Continuing in under the deck, you can see the foundations for the various buildings up above us. I have my settlement teleporter here. That does come from a mod. The rest of this is pretty much empty. Now, this is the train tower or station, observation building, or whatever it is. But as you can see, it looks brand new, well, relatively brand new compared to what it looks like when you first come here. This is a building you can get with the Easy Home Builder mod. You simply scrap the tower that's standing here. You will need scrap everything or a mod similar to that to take out that building. And then you can drop this prefabricated building in place. And because it comes from the Easy Home Builder set, it also has this power panel built into it. Now, as you can see, I snapped a Fusion Core into that. So this building has its own 10-point power supply. If you don't want to use those, the prefab buildings do come with power conduits mounted on them. So you can just attach a wire to that and the building has power. So if we go upstairs, I'm using this for the settlement's radio operator and for the settlement administrator.
My feet hurt. Everything hurts.
There's one of my guards standing on the corner of the deck here. You can see how this building has the power panel. It's got 2 fusion cores in it. If we go back around this way to the bottom floor of the Oberland Station building, there's the workshop, and this is my logistics station. So this comes from a mod, IDEK's logistics station. He originally created it to be used with sim settlements, but then he also made a standalone version which does not require sim settlements. You install one of these in each of your settlements and it will automatically manage your caravan system for you. It keeps track of all of the available food and water throughout your entire Commonwealth network. If somebody is short, it gets the food or water transferred over to them. It also includes this locker here. You designate one workshop as your central storage place, and for me, I always use the one in Sanctuary Hills. Then you can put these lockers into each of your settlements, and every one of these lockers connects to the primary storage back in whatever settlement you put it in. So no matter where you go, you have access to everything you have in storage. You don't have to worry about whether or not the caravans are actually moving it around for you. So let's get back out of here. This is just an elevated walkway with some guard posts on it, the artillery gun up there. Going up onto the main deck here, we have 3 prefabricated houses. They are Covenant houses coming from the Easy Home Builder set. Here you can see how I just attached a wire to the built-in power conduit to power up the houses. This is the working double bed part of the Easy Home Builder mod. You drop in a bed frame, you put a bed cover on it. So let me go into workshop mode here. And then you put these invisible pillows on here. So each settler pillow counts as one bed, and you can assign a settler to it. This is great if you want your settlers to be married couples. You can assign them to sleep in the same bed. The mod also includes beds for children, so you can set up a bed for a child and put a children's pillow on it and assign a child to that bed. Then they have some nice lounge furniture here in the sun porch that they can relax on. So each of these houses can sleep 2, 4, 6 people. So 3 6s are 18. So the settlement can comfortably house 18 people. They're all basically the same layout, just different colored bed covers and slight variations on the furniture. They have a minimal amount of lighting because really the settlers are only in there to sleep as a rule. This also comes out of Easy Home Builder. This is a water treatment plant. So it draws the water in and it treats it inside this tank with the giant egg beater in it. You can assign a settler to it as a workstation. They sit here and operate it. And I believe that produces 30 water, if I remember correctly. So over here is where we have our crops for the settlement. They're planted in these dirt mounds, which also come out of the Easy Home Builder mod. There's a landscaping submenu, and they give you these mounds of mulch, they call it, I think. You can put those down anywhere, and then you can put the harvestable crops into them. Or you could use the garden plot that comes with the vanilla game. So over here is our shopping center. Cover Your Ass, that's the armor store, guns and ammo, fashion emporium, general goods. That one's not a mannequin. We do have some mannequins in here. There's one with some fashionable clothing and one with a few pieces of armor. So once I have settlers assigned to those workstations, that's where they'll do their jobs. And then up here we have the bar and the lounge. We got the stereo playing the music. That stereo, Easy Home Builder mod. The pieces that were used to put this building together, that's all Easy Home Builder mod. It's a very versatile system. I'll just give you a quick look at how it works. You have these interior wall panels. They come in different styles. They snap into the exterior wall parts. The exterior wall parts come in quite a few different styles and colors as well. And then there's various ways of putting a roof onto it. There's also, I didn't use it in this settlement, but there's also a system where you can put framework inside of a larger room to divide it, and then you can put these wall panels into the framework to create interior walls on a building. It's a really awesome little mod, especially if you're wanting to make it look like your Commonwealth has advanced to the point where they're able to produce new materials for construction rather than just using the scrap that they find lying around. So that's the entire settlement, built up on a nice flat deck. When you're up on the deck, you get a decent view of the surrounding territory. And now through the magic of console commands, I'll just give you a brief aerial tour. So we turn off the clip. We can get up into the air. So even though those Covenant houses are fairly new, they do sag a little in the roof there. So it's a compact layout, makes a good use of the limited space here. The only real technical difficulty with it is the settlers like to get under the deck. Presumably because that's where all the nav mesh is that was put into the settlement as part of the vanilla game build. So quite often I find the settlers hanging out under the deck rather than up on the deck and making use of the various facilities that are up there. So I hope you enjoyed this tour. I hope it gave you some ideas of what you can do with this space. Even if you don't have the Easy Home Builder mod, I built the entire deck using vanilla assets. You can see it's just the scrap walls, the wooden fences, the wooden decking here. So even without mods, you could build a deck like this, and then you could put your buildings on top of it and have a much neater, more organized settlement, even while still looking scrappy pre-war disaster type of architecture. So thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And when you're out in the wasteland, keep your head down and stay safe.